we're going to be talking about the power of effective leadership. You know, leadership is one of the most important pillars in, well, not only just in network marketing, but even in when you work for a corporation. The power of effective leadership is what allows organizations to grow. And so that is something that you definitely want to develop your skill set of being a leader. I tell people all the time when they're when they're making a list of people, to think about people that have strong leadership skills, because people that have strong leadership skills are more likely able to influence other people. So this is a very, very important component in the system that we are using. I'm not sure why my y'all are always having some kind of issues. So let's talk about leadership. According to John Maxwell, there are 5 levels of leadership. And the first level of leadership is called position. Now, position simply means this, like you may be a manager in this company, you may be a director, whatever your title is, that is just your position. That is the entry level of leadership. It doesn't mean that, you have influence over anybody or anything like that. It's just a title. And that's why we call it position. And so this only works if you have leverage. The only way you're going to have leadership at this level is if you have leverage, such as if you're like in a corporation where you're over a group of people. It's not necessarily a reflection of your leadership skills. But the first one is position. So once again, leadership is not about titles, positions, or flowcharts. It is about one life influencing another, according to John Maxwell. Now, level 2 of leadership is permission. This is, where you decide, you're giving the person permission to lead you. And according to Ralph Waldo Emerson, it says, our chief want is someone who will inspire us to be what we know we could be. I thrive on that. I thrive on, someone pouring into me. And I'm telling you, I don't feel like I get it enough. So guess what I do? I read books. I listen to tapes. I do things like that so that I can be inspired. Sometimes we don't always have the luxury of having a leader to pour into us, but we have the ability to develop our own selves. And so level 1, getting back to level 1, which was position, that's what you want to do when you're at level 1. You want to find ways to build your own leadership skills. Okay. So level 2, which is permission, is based on relationship. At this level, this is where you're going to grow into these levels. Leaders are working to get to know their people and connecting with them. You can't lead without people, you guys, which means you need to learn to like people if you want to lead. If you want to lead well, you got to learn to establish relationships, because when people like you, that's when you're going to have value, and then you begin to develop a positive influence over them, right? So this is very, very important. Permission. This is all based on relationships, and this is why we encourage you to do welcome calls so that people get a chance to know you as they join your team. I just got off a welcome call right before I got on this Zoom. Level 3, production. Now look at this one. Production. Look at this statement. The mediocre teacher tells. The good teacher explains. The superior teacher demonstrates, and the great teacher inspires. You see, being a leader is being a servant. And let's talk about production. See, especially this part right here where it says a superior teacher demonstrates. So, I often run into situations as we work in the business where I have to pull up a Zoom just like this, and I'm trying to show somebody how did they get from director down to not even a manager. It's not even that difficult how it happened, but it's different things. It's in the reports. It's a very simple thing, but just to tell them you're no longer director, first of all, that's discouraging to say that. I know people that freak out when they find out they have lost their rank. But I keep explaining the reason why that happens is because normally it's somebody in your organization whose authorship is coming out that week. And once that authorship comes out, if it comes out, if they may not be on authorship, that's one possibility. They may not be on authorship, but if they are on authorship and it comes out that week, normally you will be right back to where you were at the beginning of the previous week, at the end of the previous week. But that's important to show them, that just to tell them, you know, that you're not director anymore, that is discouraging. So it's very important. Production, let me tell you a little bit more about production. The best leaders know how to motivate their people to get things done, you guys. On this level, leaders who produce results build their influence and credibility. People love it when you show them how to get results. You know, and so people follow level 3 leaders because of their track record. So the production level is where leaders can become change agents. Work gets done, morale improves, profits go up, turnover goes down, and goals are achieved. The more you produce, the more you're able to tackle tough problems and face thorny issues. Leading and influencing others becomes fun because when everyone is moving forward together, the team rises to another level of effectiveness. Don't you love it when you get a big fat check that week because of just a few little things? To feel a little, sometimes it's just a few little tweaks in your structure that can you've heard me say this a gazillion times, how sometimes people has money tied up in the comp plan because they haven't placed another sleeve under their ID number or just different things. Okay, but isn't it exciting? So it becomes fun when we're producing. The next level of leadership, okay, is people development. People development. If your actions create a legacy that inspires others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, then you are an excellent leader. That's according to Dolly Parton. And basically, people development is about duplicating. So you can't do this by yourself. You've got to create other leaders. So that the level 4 can be summed up in one word: duplication. Your goal at this level is to identify and develop as many leaders as you can by investing in them and helping them grow. When there are more leaders, you guys, more of the organization's mission can be accomplished. This is how you reach higher positions, when you establish leaders in your organization. Level 5, this is the pinnacle. You know, we talked about vision last week. Bishop Jackson inspired us with his words. And you know, vision is so huge. Whatever vision you have, but not only you, but for your organization. Good leaders have vision and inspire others to help them turn vision into reality. Great leaders create more leaders, not followers. Great leaders have vision, share vision, and inspire others to create their own. That's according to Roy T. Bennett from The Light in the Heart. And so let's keep going, because got a couple more quotes I want to share with you. Always remember, people who have helped you along the way, don't forget to lift somebody up. You guys, you didn't get to where you are by yourself. People that are hitting these different ranks, guess what? They're investing their time and energy, their money, and guess what? You benefit from it a lot of, because that binary, you're getting paid on everybody below you, right? So be cognizant of the fact that people have helped you along the way. Also, if you have a strong purpose in life and you don't have to be pushed, your passion is going to drive you there. I remember when we first got started, I asked Ken Robinson, he probably got tired of me calling him, because I was calling him every day, 2 or 3 times a day, because, I'm the kind of person, once I get it in my spirit, I can take it and run with it. Just like we talk about vision, and no one had to push me. Some certain people don't require being pushed. They're self-motivated. And many of you on this call are just like this. This would not be a long call tonight, you guys. This is going to be a short call. Okay, because at the end of every call, we always leave with some action items, but this is what I want to, an action item. I want you to write this down or take a screenshot of it. So this is, I was talking to one of my leaders the other day, Erica McQueen, matter of fact, and we were talking about some things, implementing something that could make us more effective as far as recognizing different things. So watch this. The first action item is to assign a day, preferably Monday, okay, to spend 15 minutes with your personally enrolled leaders. So a leader is not necessarily a person who just came into the business. This probably won't apply to them, except for maybe if you're trying to establish a launch call for them or something like this and spend some time with them just to get them going. But assign a day, preferably Monday, to spend 15 minutes with your personally enrolled leaders to assess their status in the business. For example, if their rank is director, are they still qualified as director? See, if it's Sunday night and you're director, watch this. It's very possible that on Monday morning, you can wake up, like I was saying earlier, and you look in your back office and it says, you're not director, you're a manager, or you're not even a manager. There's several reasons that could happen. One could be that, your auto ship may be running. Watch this. Your auto ship could be running Thursday. It's Monday, right? Your auto ship could be running Thursday. So what does the system do? It does not recognize you as active until your auto ship run. We talked about this when we started talking about the maintenance packs. See, the maintenance pack, you pay for it up front. The company already has your money. They're not worried about your auto ship running because they already have your money. That's why the maintenance pack and the diamond pack are the only two ways that you can guarantee that if you're at a rank that in your auto ship runs that week, you can guarantee that your rank is going to be affected because your auto ship is not going to run that week. But if you have a maintenance pack, it's guaranteed that you're going to stay at that rank if the responsibility is on your points. If it's somebody under you, this is what I'm saying for you to do. Establish why. Why are you not at the director level? It could be somebody in your organization who's on an auto ship or not going to have an auto ship to run that week. Do you see what I'm saying? So what you and that person and your people want to do is make an assessment, first of all, where your rank is. Establish goals for the week. Like let's say if you're trying to hit director this week, or let's say if you're trying to hit senior director, then volume is very important. Remember, senior director requires 10,000 in volume, but you don't have to have a certain volume for anything up until senior director. Establish goals. Another goal may be to schedule some launch calls. How many launch calls do you want to do this week? And then have those people that you're doing those calls with to duplicate this with their leaders. See, what I'm saying is this. We are having too much of things falling through the crack, but they will not fall through the crack if we're proactive. Let's start being proactive as opposed to being reactive. So you need to use reports such as the personally enrolled team. That's the only report that you can use to take a glance and see what side of the binary all your people are on. You may have 5 on your left, 5 on your right, but the easiest, and I know mine, and I know what side everybody that I personally enroll, I know where they are. I don't even have to look at that report. But what I can do by looking at that report really quickly is seeing who is inactive or whose auto ship is not running or who is not at their rank. I can look at that just by looking at that person enrolled team. I can look at the enroller tree viewer because people that I have not personally enrolled, I can look at somebody 10 levels below me. All I got to do is go to the enroller tree viewer, and then I could either keep clicking on the people that are above them. Like if I personally enroll somebody and I know they're falling on that leg, and then I know this under this other person, or if I know their name on the enroller tree view, I can go to the right and type their name in and search, and then it'll bring up their customer details. You see what I'm saying? That's a reason you want that enroller tree viewer, because then you can, when you pull that person in, you can look and see what was their last order or what is their next rank. You can tell everything about anybody in your organization with the enroller tree viewer. The binary tree is significant because, let's say, for example, if I was calling a person up that is about to lose some points or their points say 0-0. Remember, just because a person's points under their customer details says 0-0 does not mean they're inactive. It just might mean that their authorship is coming out this week, okay? If that is the case, I don't have any idea how many points they have because it's saying 0, 0. But if I go to the binary tree and then I look at the person right below them, if they're active, I can see how many points that person has. And that lets me know that the person right above them also has 200,000 points. So that each report has different benefits, you guys, but you've got to familiarize yourself with these reports. And if you don't understand it, get with somebody in your upline and spend 10 or 15 minutes going over these reports. I have done this before, with you on this call. So I'm there to do it tonight. Second action item, assign a day, preferably Thursday. Why Thursday? Because see, the last time you're going to get a chance to call corporate, if you got any discrepancies of anything in your back office, the last time you're going to be able to call them that week is going to be Friday. Now, Friday could be a busy day for you, or it could be busy for corporate. It could be all the lines it could be a lot of different things. So this is why I say preferably Thursday to meet back with those same people that you discussed all these goals, issues. Like if you said, oh, we're going to get this person active right away. You want to go back Thursday and see, did it happen? So you're going to write 2 or 3 notes down in that little 15-minute mini, review those results or issues identified or the goals that were set. Just take a review of it on Thursday. Identify time-sensitive issues that require assistance from corporate or that jeopardize meeting a deadline. When we had, let's say, for example, a person, if they are not active or they in some kind of way they got something going on and they can't do it themselves, they got to call corporate. But it's important. Like when we have a promotion, whereas if you hit director by a certain time, you get an extra 300. If you hit senior director, you get an extra 1,000. All those kinds of things, those are time sensitive things, and it may need to happen before that week is out. That's example what I mean, jeopardizing a deadline. Okay. And when I say have them duplicate this with their personal role team, you've got your personal role. I'm not getting ready to talk to 5,000 people, right? That's how many people is on my team. But I can talk to my personal roles that are working, that are building. I'm not talking to all of them either. But then I want them to go and get the people they personally enroll and identify any discrepancies in the back office on Monday and have them resolved by Thursday. And now guess what? We should never be in a situation where our volume is falling back. We should be in a situation where our team is growing. So these are the action items that I just wanted to encourage you all to embrace and take advantage of. And so I will be implementing that this coming week. I do have to travel out of town for a funeral on Tuesday and come back on Thursday. So I don't know how that's going to work out on Thursday, but I will be reaching out to my personal role people and meeting with them and going over things that we identify on Mondays. Now, I will have to find out what time of day works for you all. That's what you're going to do. Preferably for me, I'd rather get it out of the way in the morning, but that doesn't mean I'm seeing Derek's face pop up on the screen. But so if Derek was one of the people that I was reaching, that I'm going to have a 10 or 15 minute meeting is, I need to find out from Derek, what's a good time for you on Monday. And we can, and I would like to establish that same time every Monday, not, okay, this Monday, first thing in the morning, but then next Monday is 5 o'clock in the evening. I'd rather kind of keep it structured so that, everybody won't be going back and forth. But I know it may sound challenging, but it's something that we can practice and see. Once we start it, it won't be difficult to duplicate it. We'll make it a habit, and that's going to be a way of tracking our activity. There is no reason, if you've ever been director before, unless people just completely quit, like they don't want to buy any more product, there's no reason for you not to maintain directorship, you guys. There's no reason for you not to maintain senior director. And it's all because of your structure. And this is what this is all about. So listen, I'm going to open up the call and see if there are any. I'm going to stop the recording, but